Hello everyone, welcome back to Center Stand Mechanics. My name is Kyle, and today I'm going to do a little more work to the zombie bike. I'm going to put the swing arm on and the brake lever that I've been working on. I'm going to put that on and kind of get things set up to put the back wheel on, and then might move over to the front end and start working on the triple clamps and stuff like that. Spent the last couple videos trying to work out the rear brake linkage, and had to size down the swing arm and stuff, so most of that's ready to go on now. So I'm just going to get ready to, I'm going to grease that stuff up and start putting it on the bike. Alright, let's get going. So here's the back brake linkage that I've been working on, and I've got it painted up. I got the spacer here in my hand. It goes on, but it can't go on until I kind of work it into its spot, and then I can put it on. It's kind of a tight spot to get this on. It just barely fits on. So yeah, so this is mostly painted up. So just to run you back through what all this is all about. So this is where the adjustment bolt sits. This is where the spring goes. This is where the linkage bar goes to the back brake. And then this is where the electric switch goes on. So there's quite a lot going on with this little piece of linkage here. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some grease here. I got some old grease. That's perfect for the Ultimate Zombie Apocalypse bike. So I'm going to put a little bit in here. Going to grease up. Put some on here. Okay, so the spacer goes on. And it kind of goes not quite all the way on, because in order for it to slip on, it has to kind of sneak past this little corner, and then it can go on. Yeah, there we go. And then I'm going to put the spring on. It goes up underneath here. There. Like so. I'm just going to wind the adjuster out just a little bit. And I'll set all that up when I get the swing arm in here. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to putting the swing arm in. There's supposed to be a little grease nipple that goes in here, but I just went to tighten it up and it broke off right here. So I'm gonna have to get another one, but I can put that on when after it's on the bike. I can just reach up underneath there and put it on. I was gonna do it now while it's nice and easy, but it's not gonna happen. I just looked, I don't have another one on hand just yet, so that's okay. Let's move right along. So I'm just going to put some grease on this bushing. And put a gob of grease in here. And then when I get the grease nipple on here, I'll pump it full of grease and get that all sorted out. I'll just put some grease around the shaft. Make sure it's all greased up. Put this here, ready to go. some of that extra grease off. I'm just going to tighten this up a bit. I'm not going to crank it on. I'm going to see if I can find a torque setting for all this and get that worked out. I'll set it to the right torque setting when I find it. Just snug those down a bit. I don't need to crank them right home just yet. You never know, I might have to take this all off again. Okay, and then this one up here is a bit too long because I actually had to change this bolt. They had a standard coarse thread bolt in here, and it looked kind of soft metal and stuff, so I changed it with a metric fine thread bolt that appears to be a lot harder. And I think what I got to do is I got to trim it, and I get my tap and die set out, and I'll just recut the end of it. I'll make that work good. But for now, that's on there nice and solid. That's cool, eh? I had this triple clamp, this blower triple clamp sitting in a bucket of evaporust that's it's really old evaporust. And I thought, oh, what the hell. It was pretty rusty, and I thought it wouldn't hurt. Throw it in there, and yeah, it seemed to clean it up quite a bit. There was quite a bit on there, so it was pretty bad to begin with. But it definitely took the bulk of the stuff. So that's good. I'm just wiping it down here. So I'm just gonna take this tap and just clean out the threads. They've been getting pretty dirty over the years here. I'll just run this through. Clean them out that way. Don't have any problem getting it tight. Yeah, you can see all that junk on there. Yeah, so now I'm just cleaning out the top threads on the top triple clamp here. Just want to make sure everything's tickety-boo before I throw it on here. It's nice to not be fighting a bunch of junk that's in the threads here. Just cleaning up the rest of these parts that go on the steering head. Just trying to clean them up somewhat so they're not so dirty. So I've got all the ball bearings for the steering stem underneath this. You can tell I'm just trying to clean them off. I think I've got them mostly clean. They're not easy to clean. They're so small, but you know, for the most part, they're pretty clean and round, and I'll be able to reuse them. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to start putting this steering stem back together, and basically the trick for this is just put a bit of grease around here, and it's kind of sticky and it'll hold the ball bearings in place until you can get it up in there and put all the fasteners together. So I'm just going to put a little bit of grease around here, and I'll go ahead and do that. Is on here. There. I'm going to put a little bit of grease on the underside of here. I'm going to put a bit of grease on the top side here. I'll put a little bit of grease on here. So it's ready to go. So now I'm going to take this and put it up in there. I'll put her top race down. And this little cap goes on. I'll just tighten this up a little bit. Tight. And put the lock nut on. I'll give that a cinch lock nut down. Okay. That goes on there like that. And I'll tighten all that down here and get it all straightened out when I get the forks in and stuff. Okay, so it's the next day now, and I got the forks here. These are off the 1980 Honda CB650, and I'm gonna try and get them on to the XS650 Ultimate Zombie bike. And I kind of cleaned them up a little bit. What I mean clean them up, I mean I hosed them down with the WDs, if you know what I mean. And just kind of give them a wipe. They're a little bit rusty up in here, but yeah, they're looking a lot better now. The one thing I noticed though is this little dust cover has got a couple cracks in it, and I'm just going to switch those out. I've got some other used ones that are in better shape, so I'm just going to pop them on and get these ready to put on the bike. I got another one here. Let's see this one on this. Yeah, this one's got a few cracks in it too, so I'll change them out and get them ready to put on the bike. All right. And there's not much holding these on here. Just gotta kind of get it started, and it should pry out of there. If I just tap this lightly. There we go. Yeah, just give that a little twist. It's like opening up a paint can. Okay, there's one. Figured might as well just change these to some better ones. They're not new ones, and this doesn't hold the oil back or anything. This is just a dust cover. Most of you guys know that, but for those that don't, it's just to keep the debris. The actual seal and everything is down inside here. There's a little clip that you pull out and you can pop out the seal and change it, but the seals actually look pretty good. So I'm just going to give those a clean. I'm going to slide those other dust covers in, and we should be good to go. Alright, so I cleaned up in here quite a bit. It was actually pretty dirty in there. It took a little longer than I wanted to. So that's good. It was good that I looked in there because it was pretty dirty. But the seal itself isn't leaking. So that's a huge bonus. They're both pretty good. We'll just take one of these and then slide it over top. We'll see if we can get it down in there. If we can take the old one and use that. Just kind of tap it in. There. Not quite brand new, but good enough. All right, so let's get the other one. Yeah, we'll take the other one, slide it down. Let's see how I can press it on there. Let's take the old one. Let's see if we can kind of tap that in a little bit. I think there's a tool for this, but I don't have it. Something like that. One way of doing it. There. Not too shabby. Off camera, I cleaned up these bolts. These are for the triple clamps for the steering head, and I just cleaned them up. with the wire wheel, and there's not much more I can do for them. They probably will rust up again, but at least they're clean for now, and they'll go on. I also ran this dye over top of the threads, back and forth, and cleaned them all out. I did every bolt like that, so the threads are all clean, and I did the same thing with the tap. I cleaned out the threads on the triple clamp itself, and that's just about to go. I'm gonna just put these in here so they're ready to go. And then this is still loose up top here, but I want to put the forks in so I can get them straight before I torque this down, because I don't know exactly where that is. So on the Honda CB650, the way it's set up, this is for the brake caliper, and it goes on this side. Yeah, it's got these bolt bracket things on the back. So this one goes up in here like so. So these here are the headlight bracket off the Honda CB650, and I'm trying to fit them to the Yamaha XS650, and they're pretty close. All I'm doing is I'm putting an extra rubber shim in here, and it's just being a little bit difficult because now it's tight. It was loose before, but now it's tight. I'm just trying to slide this up to get all this into place. It's just a little bit tricky getting it on here, but once I get everything situated, it should be good. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to crank these in. There. Okay. Okay, so that's holding on there, like so. I have to crank that down. So I'll try to put the other one on. So this is the other side here. This is off the Honda CB650. And normally it takes one of these little rubber bumpers under here, and there's different ones for the top one here. But the length is slightly shorter than the XS650, so I'm just putting an extra one in here. And hopefully that'll keep it from rattling around in there. Okay. There. So I'm just gonna kind of tighten these down, and then I'll adjust it later. Okay. So that's semi in place. So I'm going to tighten this down. This should be fairly straight in there, and then I'll be able to tighten all these down, and should be pretty good to put the wheel on soon. Let me get 40. There we go, 40 right there. Okay. There we go. I'm going to fix this little fender up a bit, but I got to cut a little chunk out of here, and I got to find some rubber grommets in my parts here. So I found these rubber things in my Honda CB650 stuff. I'm just going to replace the broken down crusty rubber ones that are in this fender with these ones. Okay, so I just have to cut a little bit of this out. And then I need some kind of a 3 kind of flatter washer type. What do we got? That looks good. Those. This is all my Honda CB650 stuff. Little nuts and bolts. I kept everything. What do we got here? Nope. There. Let's get this back in there. Okay, get this tightened down. That's good. There, that's nice in there now. It's not all loose. Perfect. Okay. So now I'm going to put the back wheel on, and I got all its various pieces here. So on the Honda swing arm, they put these little dropout things in here. And then we got ourselves a chain adjuster. Something like that. So I'm just putting this wheel on. I'm going to bolt it up with all its pieces and everything, but it's definitely going to be coming back off, and I'm going to do a proper clean up of the bearings and everything. I'll probably change the wheel bearings in it and do an overall kind of overhaul on it and stuff. But for now I want to have it in there with all its pieces and see how it's going to sit. I got to figure out where the chain is going to come off the engine. It's got to line up properly with this one. Cool. There we go. So now I've got the front wheel here. I'm going to try to put it on again, and I'll probably take it off again and do a more thorough cleaning of it. I just want to see how everything's going to sit in here. There we go. There, it's got some wheels on it now. That's looking pretty good, eh? Sweet. So I'll probably end the video there and start cleaning up And just wanted to get some wheels on it there. That was a nice stage. I can roll it around if I have to, and I'll probably finish up a few more little things before I put the motor in, but pretty soon I'll be able to put the motor in and start working on that, and hopefully try running it soon. So that'll be pretty cool. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you again real soon. Center Stand Mechanics out.